Welcome. This is Lily Chu with the Better Business Bureau Education Foundation. Our mission is to blow the whistle on scammers. If you want to check out a business or charity, come to us. Our reports are trustworthy, unlike many of those glowing online reviews, which are often paid for by the seller. We maintain strict business standards to ensure you get honest and reliable reports. You can call us or go online to bbb.org to look up companies locally and across the country. We've also created a military website just for the armed forces because, believe it or not, there's scammers out there that are targeting our soldiers. And I've uploaded handouts for you at BBBEF WordPress. Just click on resources and you'll see information on car buying, paying for college, establishing credit, and much more. You're always welcome to contact me. If you have any questions or concerns, I'm a social worker and I like helping people. It's free and you won't have to cough up your social security number or any other personal information. When in doubt, check it out. The internet, the latest, greatest way for scammers to reach out and touch your wallet. They will come to you in chat rooms, message boards, websites, all in an effort to separate you from your money. There's good news and bad news. Young adults, well, the good news is you lose the least amount of money. The bad news is you are getting ripped off the most because most scams these days happen online. Social media is a breeding ground for fraud. 91% of people did not recognize fraudulent ads and actually engaged with these scammers. Over half of them chose to lose their money. Don't be one of those people. Do not click on links. Go ahead and type in the web address yourself and do your homework. Make sure to check out the physical address of the company. Go to Street View. See what the building looks like. You don't want to be doing business with a company that's operating out of an empty lot. And know what your delivery dates are. If a company promises to deliver an item within a certain time frame, they must do so unless they let you know that the item has been back ordered or otherwise delayed. If they don't, then it must come within that time. Otherwise, the Federal Trade Commission says you are entitled to a full refund. If they don't tell you how long it will take, generally it's agreed 30 days. And always read the fine print. Companies make fine print little and tiny for a reason. They don't want you to read it. Why? Because that's usually where they hide the bad news. So if you read nothing else at all, make sure you read the little tiny fine print. Every year, according to the Federal Trade Commission, online auctions are either near or at the top of the list of offenders. Most complaints deal with the old bait and switch, where they advertise one thing and send you another. Or your shipment comes very late, or worse, not at all. Again, remember, according to the Federal Trade Commission, you must receive your item within the time frame the seller promised, unless they gave you notice otherwise. And if they don't say, it should be 30 days. But scammers don't care. You're not getting anything. Spoofing and phishing, funny names, not funny business. This is when a scammer forges an email to make it look like it's come from a legitimate company. So you may get an email from UPS saying that they have a package that for whatever reason they can't deliver to you. You need to come pick it up. However, you need to bring the invoice, which is attached to the email. Of course, the minute you open the attachment, a virus gets deposited onto your computer. Or they may just deposit something called spyware, where they will actually log your keystrokes. So the next time you go to check your bank account or log into your game, they will know what your username and password is and steal it. These days, everyone wants to stay on top of the news, but clicking on a link in an email could take you to an infected website where the only news you'll get is a virus on your computer. And even if an email looks legitimate, like maybe it came from the IRS or a real company, or maybe someone you know. That doesn't mean that it's legitimate. If you click on the link, you could suddenly find your computer is frozen up and a message has popped up on your monitor demanding money. Otherwise, your files are gone forever. On the topic of friends and family, you may get a message or an email from a loved one saying they've been mugged or had a terrible accident or fallen ill, or worse yet, been kidnapped in a foreign country and they need cash fast. Beware. This could be a scammer who has hijacked their account and is just looking for money. Always try to contact your loved one offline to make sure that they actually did go somewhere. And then, of course, there's the dreaded pop-ups. This one looks like the blue screen of death, saying you have a virus, and if you don't contact us immediately, your hard drive will be deleted. Or you may be gaming. Suddenly, a pop-up says you need to change your password immediately for security reasons. When you click on the link and change your password, the scammers now have your username and password for that website. Or there may be a pop-up advertising unlimited downloads for $5 or test games and get paid for it. Well, those downloads are probably black marketed and pirated, full of viruses. And guess what? Real game developers do not have to pay people to test out their games. Social media is a virtual minefield for schemes and scams. A lot of times, scammers will create ads using legitimate companies, but changing the website so subtly that people won't notice that they're being redirected to a different website. Or they make the fine print so tiny and pale, only an insect could read it. Here, they do disclose that you will be charged almost $80 plus shipping and handling once your 30-day free trial has ended. However, what they don't say is it takes nearly a month to even receive the shakes. Good luck trying to cancel and get your money back. Classified ads offer a long list of scams, such as con men selling cars that they don't own, or bogus concert tickets, too good to be true home sales or apartment rentals. Many times these ads are actually legitimate, but a scammer has hijacked them and redirected any information so that all the money comes to them instead of the real owners. And bogus companies putting up employment opportunities, asking for your resume and social security numbers so they can steal your identity. Another employment scam is supposedly foreign companies advertising that they need US-based representatives. They will give you the opportunity to be an import-export specialist or maybe a payment manager. As an import-export specialist, they'll ask you to receive electronic goods into your home. Then they'll want you to take them out of the box, repackage them, and bring them down to the post office to be mailed off to a foreign country. All you'll have to do is put on the customs form that it's a gift. What you don't know is those electronic goods were either purchased online and never paid for, or they were paid for using stolen credit cards. So you have now just received stolen goods into your home. When you took them down to the post office and mailed them off to that foreign country, that's what's known as trafficking stolen goods, a federal offense. And when you put gift on the customs form, that's federal fraud. This is all stuff that can land you in jail, even if you didn't know it was a scam. As a payment manager, they'll want you to receive checks from their customers. Then they'll ask you to deposit those checks into your bank account and wire the money off to a foreign country. But you will be able to keep a percentage of this money as your pay. Well, again, what you don't know is those checks are either bad checks, stolen checks, or bogus checks. So when they come bouncing back to the bank, you are then responsible for paying the bank back for the money that you wired overseas. This is what's known as money laundering, also a federal offense that can land you in jail. Now, I know there's usually at least one person out there who's thinking, well, if they're sending all these electronic goods to my house, all these checks to my house, who's to say I can't just move, close my bank accounts? Then I've got the gifts, the prizes, and the cash, right? Wrong. When these guys hire you, they will collect enough information on you that they will find you. And these are not small-time crooks. This is what's known as organized crime, otherwise known as the mafia. Other things to look out for: discount software and games too good to be true, counterfeit Rolex watches and Tiffany jewelry, protein supplements that will help you to lose weight and gain muscle overnight, and seemingly harmless quizzes and surveys, all designed to be phishing for your personal information. The buzz is, be aware. You are your best first line of defense against getting scammed. Some things to look out for. Big promises like, you can make $10,000 a month, no experience necessary. Well, if it's that easy, wouldn't we all be doing it? Or, it's now or never, this deal won't be here forever. Well, they're just trying to pressure you into making a snap decision, usually not in your best interest. And free prizes. Well, free means no strings attached. You should not have to pay tax, shipping, handling, or cough up your email or anyone else's email addresses in order to qualify for your free prize. And if they start asking for your social security number or your credit card number to verify your identity or your age, those are big, fat, red flags. Stop immediately. A few final tips. As tempting as it may be to hop on that free Wi-Fi at your local coffee shop or fast food restaurant, be aware, free Wi-Fi is not secure. You never want to be doing anything that requires a username or password when you're on free Wi-Fi. If you're just reading the news, that's okay. Also be aware email is not secure. Do not send your social security or bank account number, username, or passwords by email. And always be sure to have strong passwords and different ones for each website that you visit. A strong password would be a combination of upper and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. Some people even suggest creating a phrase that you would remember. The longer, the better. And always try to use a credit card when paying for your purchases online. You actually have more consumer protection using a credit card than you do a debit card. And make sure before you spill your financial guts that you are on a secure server. How do you know if it's secure? Look up at the website. It should say HTTPS. S means it's secure. If that S is missing, that means that you're putting your information on an unencrypted website, which basically means it's free for all. And keep good records. Print out everything involved with that transaction. Obviously, you want to print out your confirmation and your receipt, but also print out any advertisement in case you need to document a dispute later. Because trust me, if it's a scam, that website will be gone. And ask questions before you actually complete your financial transaction. If you want to return this item, how long do you have to return it? If you do, who pays shipping? And is there any restocking fee? These days, many companies will actually charge you 10 to 20% of the value of that item just to take it back and put it on the shelf. And of course, when in doubt, check it out.